What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? It is your girl, Coach Perry, and I'm back. I told you I was coming back, and we ready, locked and loaded. But what you doing? What are you doing to make an impact? What are you doing in the community? Again, last one. If you have not, go back to allow me to reintroduce myself, where I kind of fast forward everything from Talkers versus Doors to where we're at now. And I hope y'all love my little couch back there, that I got back on there to add on to say Talkers first Doors. And if you're not following me on social media when it comes to TikTok and Instagram, number one, Coach Perry, and what you doing? What you doing? But I want to make sure you are following me. If you see the Talkers versus Doors, you see the Let's Grow. Everybody knows it's just something that I love. Definitely Talkers versus Doors. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited because I'm trying to get y'all to my TikTok. Finally getting over the 200 slide or 200 club. So it's growing. But Talkers First Door apparel, I will drop that in there too. It is out. Talkers First Doors, become part of the Doors Club. Get you some, get you some. I let them people know what you doing, what you doing. Let them know. But my Let's Grow also, y'all hear me all the time say that because I'm so serious. We gotta grow. We gotta get away from doing the old things that we do. So Let's Grow is all about that, letting go and growing, letting go your old ways, letting go your own understanding. And to do that, you got to get rid of them, get rid of your old ways so that you can grow and be that door. You got to let a lot of stuff go. And that's a big thing when it comes to mental health. That's the big thing when it comes to self-awareness about who you are as a person, because a lot of us have been blessed to be born in some families that had information passed down to them, but they too passed down to us, that now it's time for us to let go, because everything, just because it was passed down doesn't mean that it was right or it's the correct way. It may have been fitting for them, but it may not be fitting for you. And that's where we come in of let's grow, getting rid of old ways, getting rid of old things that was taught to us. And even if we don't get rid of them, though, I'm going to be honest, some of them you can tweak and so to make it better. But that's all about being a doer. What are you doing to change things in your atmosphere, in your life, relationships, family ships, whatever it is? What you doing? What you doing? But the title today is What is Self-Care? Yes, what is self-care? And I had the pleasure talking to people, and I'm always asking the people about self-care because that was something I had to learn throughout the past that's really 4 years now. The past 3 to 4 years, also do my time frame of just kind of taking a hiatus from the social media when it came to Talkers Virtual, was to revamp on some things to get back greatness of where I'm at now. And I would say, what is self care? Because the first thing we think is possibly going to get your hair did, your nails did, you getting your cut, you getting all that. People, first thing they think about is something luxury, something nice. But self care is not just that. Really and truly defining self care is not that at all. Self care is all about defining who you are. But yes, self care is good to do those different things. And again, we got a journey, baby. We here for life. You are my nieces, nephews, or whatever, because I am your door auntie, boo boo. Your door auntie, your door cousin, your door home girl, your door boo, whatever it may be. I love you too. Share the wealth. Come on now, come. Let's get this thing together. Whatever it may be, we're going to continue to talk about this. So, self care is about you, it's about understanding who you are. Self care is self awareness. Self care is mental health. Self care and self awareness, as we know, part of social emotional learning. I got to give you a little educated because, as you guys know, background social work and psychology, plus mental health specialist, SEL, all those amazing things, because I want to better myself to be better for you and help you understand. So when we're talking about self-awareness, it's just social and emotional aspects of you just as well as mental health. It's just social, psychological, and emotional aspect of a person. So if you are self-aware, you're more inclined to your mental health. Come on now. I'm gonna get one of those things so y'all could have heard that. Give me a clap. Give me a clap, okay? If you're in the comments, you can give me a clap in there too. Just like I clap, I clap. Thank you. But that includes understanding again who we are. That is self care. As you begin self-care, you got to understand what are the things that makes you great? What are the things that makes you angry? What are the things that makes you overwhelmed? You understand and you identify these triggers. And it's so enlightening that got this popcorn right here. Naughty but nice. Oh, it's so delicious. Had the pleasure of going there today, talking to some amazing sisters, amazing brothers, black owned popcorn company. They ship out, they do all this right here in Birmingham, Alabama. Was able to visit them because I got some popcorn for them, as well as they bless my organization with more popcorn as we're doing. I could talk about it. It's an amazing thing that we're doing within Youth Talk Unite upon my nonprofit organization, especially when it comes around. This is March, Women's Month, which Women's Month and Women's Day is every day because we are just that great as women. But what we're doing is going into the schools, and I will be surveying all the female athletes that would love to come out, just get more understanding of their mental health awareness as it becomes or relates to athlete. So then we can provide more self-care understanding and information is this. So if you're catching it and you're a student athlete or not even a student athlete, somebody that is no longer playing a coach or anything, and you want me to come out and talk or the organization along with it, don't hesitate, book me. You're going to have that too in there. Book me, give me a call, jump on my DMs, anything of that nature. This is a purpose, passion that I do as a social change agent of bridging the gap between talkers versus doers. I'm out here doing it. I'm doing it. There's no talking. I'm doing it. So I'm asking you if you know there needs to be change in your community, especially within your basketball teams or your organizations. What you doing? What you doing? Give me a call because it's time to talk. But in the midst of that, these young ladies will be getting some amazing mental health self-care bags. And there will be some of this popcorn too. And they're gonna enjoy it, they're gonna love it. I know they're gonna come back for it because I was able to get blessed with this at the Birmingham Black Male Summit, which I'm on a committee and doing an amazing job. Shout out to Dara on that part. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of that amazing um masterpiece. I'm gonna call it a masterpiece, man, because there's so many great things that's gonna come up out of it. We just went into the second year. We're going to the third year next year. So I'm so excited about what's going and what God has for him. And anywhere I could be connected, I know that I'm going to get some droppings of greatness too. So I'm just, Lord, fill me up with you. I'm like my deal when it comes to all the other stuff. So I ain't going to try to do all that. But however, we're putting those in the bags. They got some other amazing things in there. We're going to do that survey to gain that awareness from them, and from there, be able to provide service within those schools, organizations, communities, or everywhere have to make sure. As you guys know, women's basketball, women's sports is at an all-time high. It has been done years ago, but we're just getting that overdue exposure, and we just getting started. Like, it's amazing. As a former collegiate player and coach, I'm just so excited. I'd be so thrilled as we talk about what is self-care and the things. We're going to get into that. But one of my pieces of self-care is watching sports, especially female basketball. You know, I can be having a hard, a long day, and I get in front of that TV or I go catch some of my young babies play, and it just takes me to a whole different zone. And I guess because of me being a player, that put me in my happy space. So still do as an adult, but it also gives me a time to think, give me the opportunity to reload. I'm looking at the youth, I'm looking at the facilities, and it's like how much better they can be if so much was restored into them mentally, physically, psychologically, and emotionally. And that's not just the players, that's the coaches too, because everybody needs self-care. Self-care is needed for everyone. But as we do this, it's to implement the self-care strategies now, because a lot of us as adults, we wasn't taught those things. So now mental health is so high. As we know, 1 in 5 kids are struggling with some form of mental health, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, overwhelmed. They are struggling with some things because they just don't know how to handle that. So that's why I ask, what is self-care? Because everybody have a different definition. And as I said, we was there, and that was one of the things that we talked about at Nighty by Nights. Had a time talking with him as, that's the first thing people think about is a luxury. But it's not that. It's good that you can do that. But again, when that trip is over, what do? You go back into that place. When that breakup is over, you go back into that place. For my youth, when you make that bad grade or you're overwhelmed about that, when that big game come up and you guys didn't make those playoffs, you go back into that moment. You go back into that area. So many things happen where you have to go back in that area. But how do you revamp, although you may be in that area? How do you revamp that? You got your toes dead, but as soon as you get up out that chair and you get back in that car, that phone ringing, you got that phone conversation going on again that puts you back in that mood. That's the thing of what I said. What is self care? Self care is understanding you, knowing you, being self aware of the things, people, thoughts that brings triggers to you. So it can help you maneuver through life to become and be a better person to deal with things that are going to come because they will come. Things are going to come, but you can't eliminate some of those things by saying yes to you and no to other people. Run that back. But you can't eliminate some of those things by saying yes to you and no to other people. But as a part of you being self aware and want to be self care of yourself. Okay. So self care is about being aware of your feelings and your thoughts. Self care is also about understanding that you can't pour into people if you're all poured out. If you're not taking time to rest, if you're not taking time to better yourself, if you're not taking time to say no to some of the situations and things that are holding you down, if you're not taking time to say that I'm not okay, I can't help you because I can't help myself, then you're going to run into problems. And these are all things I'm speaking about. Some of you guys probably was, and what I used to be was a people pleaser. And one of the things we talked about today at Night About Nights, and the only there, the male owner, he just spoke about that. It was like it's okay to be a people pleaser. And yes, it is. And I still love helping and pleasing people. Look, I'm in the youth field. You gotta love people. That's what I love doing. But understanding to pull back on some of those. Because sometimes you can pour and please into people that you can't pour anymore. So then I had to start setting up boundaries. We will talk about more in boundaries, what boundaries look like, what boundaries need to, look like, smell like, and feel like, because everybody have different form of boundaries that they need to set. But you need boundaries on different things and different people, of how sometimes you got to bad back and just say no, because you can be stepping and working and moving for so many different things and people are wanting to help. As I'm talking to my athletes, you can be doing so much and overdoing yourself that you're too tired to fill yourself up when you get home. You're too tired to fill yourself up for your grades because you're in the gym all day. You got this status where people know you're in school. You want to live up to that status. So it's hard for you to put that ball down. I know, been there as athletes, especially as my female athletes, as we're talking about this and what I'm providing for you guys to be able to get that information so we can pour more, we can help you guys out. But also, this is going to help us really talk about some of these disparities still that's in between the males and female athletes. And that's a big thing I really believe a lot of the mental health, because we have to push ourselves 10 times harder than these males until we get that championship or till we get up there that first one, or you win a couple of games for us. That what about the teams where it's girls just learning how to play? What about the team where it's girls that you're already playing 7 other sports and you're still having to play that one sports too? So yes, you may not be as great at that sport because the coach wants you to play, you're playing. Well, you have 100 boys in the school that want to play with everything. We don't look at those different things though. And because of that, there's more pressure on that young lady. It's more pressure on that star player because everybody know you're in school. This is your time to shine. You got a lot going on. So sometimes you slip on yourself. You slip on your self-care. You slip on rest. You slip on not being able to get that phone and you're scrolling every night because you're trying to look and see what is people saying about you, or what are they're going to say about you, or what are your stats. It's overwhelming. But definitely as a female athlete, definitely when you're not getting that same please, you're not getting that same acknowledgement as you should as your male counterparts. It can be overwhelming. So self-care comes in so many different ways. Self-care is different from everyone, but everybody needs self-care. Everybody's supposed to have self-care, okay? It's needed for everyone. But the thing is, it's your awareness. Can no one tell you about what you need other than you? Because you know what you need. You know what makes you happy. You know what makes you afraid. You know what makes you say, this is not the right place or the right thing that I should be in. You know what says this is hurting me or this is overwhelmed. So the goal as we continue to grow and we work together, you guys continue to see these amazing YouTubes because y'all know I'm coming back. I gotta give it to you. We're gonna learn some of those things that you can say and do. We're also gonna talk about the different aspects because yeah, it's several different aspects of self-awareness. You got so many different levels. You got your social, you got your spiritual, you got financial for some of the people, you got your emotional. You got so many different areas and aspects of what we call self-care. And self-care is priority. Self-care is a necessity. Self-care is going to help keep you going to get to that next level. So self-care is so many different things. But I want you guys to take away the main thing from this video is self-care and self-awareness. That's the biggest thing. And that's one of the major things that we talked about today. You have to become self-aware of who you are, especially if you're going to be running into the entrepreneur field, doing something major. You have to be self-aware of who you are because so many things are going to come your way. So many things are going to knock you down, but that's part of life. But if you're not self aware to understand this is just a trigger, or this is a stumbling block, or this is just a roadblock, but guess what? If I work out, get my tail up, I can jump over the stumbling block. If I work out or eat right, I can move a little quicker. If I work out, I can mentally focus a little bit better to know that there is another way. Okay? If I work out, and I'm just saying work out subliminally, so but don't people be saying, man, I gotta work out, do all this stuff. Hey, self-care is different from everybody. My boy, Mike James, that was one of the things. If you're not checking Eric and Perry 2 on Facebook, other social media, one Coach Perry, he talked about the gym. Mike loves the gym. I'm getting back into it. Yes, former collegiate player and stuff. I still go in there sometimes to make shots. I am getting back in there, but I know my boy Mike, 4 4 30, he's in the gym faithfully. Like it's different. It's different from him. He asked me a couple of times, I thought, and that was it. I thought about it. That one right there, I ain't doing that one crap. I gotta be still up, just left from somewhere some, and I just slide on through there. But right now, but to each his own. That's his life. He said that is his way to relieve. That is his way to recharge. And part of self care is understanding what makes you and what helps you recharge. What puts you back in that era. I told you guys watching sports. When I'm able to go into school, shout out to Huffman High School. Some of you guys gonna catch this, and if you catch this, especially some of you, just drop what school. Shout your school out. Where you from? Where you from? Shout it out. Going in there, I've been working and speaking with the female athletes, the volleyball team, man. That's my recharge. Tuesdays and Thursdays, when I get up, God has blessed me to go up in there. When I go up in there, I'm recharged. To laugh with them, joke with them, be serious with them, cry with them, be sad with them, come back, laugh and joke. That is my recharge because I'm doing what I love. I'm doing my purpose. I always tell people, and I've told some of them too, it's so funny because especially if I had a long night as I'm working on go get your pair. Tacos First Doors Apparel, working on so many different things on there, as well as a nonprofit. And I'm doing other things because I gotta get that bread in too. So I always ask what you doing, what you doing. Everybody say they busy, but you're gonna make time for what you want to do and make an impact. And I do that. And I make time wisely for everything. But making that time wisely means I had to take some stuff off. I had to take some away. A lot of stuff I can't devote that 100% that I used to devote that 100% because I got to make sure my self-care, I'm self-aware of what I'm doing. I got to make sure I'm doing things that are recharging me and replenishing me and not draining me. Even good things can drain you. Okay. We're going to get to that too. Good things can drain you as well. So that is some of my recharge, doing that. When I'm back working out, it gives me a recharge too. Not nowhere near. I'm not gonna tell y'all no story. We ain't here to tell no stories because we doing big things, baby. But I'm getting back there. I'm getting back there, and I know everybody have their different aspects. But even if you're catching this on the replay, I want you guys to drop down. What is your self care? What makes you great? What makes you feel good? What is your self care? And also, if you're okay with it, say what some of your triggers too. We can talk through that. Drop some of your triggers, and if you want to drop some of your triggers and put DM on there, let me know, because it can be something things that I can possibly help you and work out with. I'm not here, yes, background with psychology and all those. I'm not here to actually be your therapist or anything. We're here to talk and conversate, and I'm providing knowledge, educated knowledge, as well as life knowledge that I know. But if it's something that we can work through, I would love to work through that with you. If you say there's some triggers and with some things that we can probably work through and talk through that. But what you doing? What you doing? What are you doing to better yourself? What are you doing to recognize that your self-care is a necessity and it's a priority? Okay? So I just want to do a snippet on that of what is self-care. We're going to keep talking about this because this is priority. This is priority. I want to make sure you guys are able to maneuver through life by understanding self care can, is, and will be the way to help eliminate some of those challenges and things that you may be struggling with. So, thank you guys for another chill night, chill day, whatever it may be for you guys. And look at this. I think it's my hair, yeah. I've been trying to get the little shadows out. I got like it's three of me back here. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I told you I'm in my cozy, comfy session and stuff and everything. So I'm so excited. But I gotta get them shadows. Like hey, get out of here. Get out of here. Must be the head. That's what the locks do sometimes. That's what the locks do. But it's okay. It's okay. We still cute. We still cute. But it's always, you guys, don't just talk about the change you want to see. Be a door the change you want to see. Okay? So that means you gotta let go of some of those old ways. And letting go of some of those means growing. Because we gotta grow together. So let's grow, you guys. Now have a good one. Another amazing episode with me coming on and blessing your day. But if you got any questions, good time, don't forget to hit me there. And always, talkersversedoers.com. Go ahead and crop that good old pair. And welcome to the Doers Club. Welcome to this Doers Club. What you doing? What you doing?